I wanted to also just like kind of dive a little bit more into what you're talking about, kind of like the, I guess, hindrance that regulatory compliance has, I guess, traditionally been. And I was just wondering, like we're typically sorry, considering regulations as like something that's keeping AI back. But I'm just wondering, like, do you believe that there are certain, I guess, types of AI or startups in which you believe that it could actually be a competitive advantage if handled right to have like these regulatory barriers? And if so, how?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, AI is a new technology that everybody is still, wrapping their head around, and basically internal workflows in various organizations are catching up. Some already implemented AI, like you've seen the FDA announce ELSA use for their internal AI use. So I think as these organizations catch up with AI and implement AI internally, we're going to see a lot of efficiency brought into the FDA and the regulatory space in general. We've seen, for example, frameworks being put together to handle software as a medical device, for example, with like good machine learning practices. So guiding the principle of using AI in these softwares as a medical device, for example. So there is lots of infrastructure and there are frameworks that are emerging to support accelerating the regulatory approvals for these products. I think it's an asset. Having this regulatory validation and approvals is a big asset for a startup. If you achieve clinical, for example, validation with a specific partner, this is something that's basically lock-in. It can become a moat that locks this customer with you because they don't want to go into the effort of going through another clinical validation with another provider. So I think that can be definitely an advantage. There are also some techniques that allow you to basically reach a full validation progressively. So, for example, if you're building software, maybe initially you want to release it as a guidance software rather than a diagnosis software while you are validating your solution and while you are working on those regulatory steps. If you are building a medical device, maybe you want to start by providing it as a class one medical device to start, getting some data and testing while working through, getting approvals for class two and so on. So yes, these are some of the things you can do, but I definitely think it's an asset and it's a moat to have those regulatory validations.
Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for clarifying.